It's about this time every year that I'm reminded that this show exists. See, back in the day, Cartoon Network would publish shows with actual heart and soul to them, instead of just airing the same show on endless repeat.
Once the bell has rung, class has begun.
Oh, sorry, everybody, sorry. No, he doesn't have a brain. He can't learn anything.
This is one of those classics that the network forgot. I have a thing for these weird cult classics like Over the Garden Wall. It was released in 2014, but features music and themes inspired from the 1920s, which makes it this kind of odd mix. The mini-series follows Wirt, Greg, and Greg's pet frog. They are met by a talking bluebird named Beatrice.
Maybe I can help you. I mean, you guys are lost, right?
What in the world is going on?
Who accompanies them for the majority of the show. They are occasionally visited by the Woodsman, a mysterious man who warns them of a monster called the Beast.
Calm down, mister. Well, whatever you do here is your business. We just want to get home with all of our legs and arms attached.
These woods are no place for children. Don't you know the Beast is afoot here?
And the Beast is a horrible creature that haunts children lost in the woods.
Seems you're running out of oil, woodsman. Why not let me take the lantern for a while?
Begone, Beast! I've fought you for the lantern before, and I'll fight you again.
Now, what direction did those children go?
You leave those children be! Beast! Beast!
Over the Garden Wall is a 10-episode miniseries that's written like a compilation of old children's stories similar in style to the Brothers Grimm fairy tales. They are seemingly only linked by the inclusion of the two main characters, and most of the episodes play as if Wirt and Greg are rearranging these fairy tales to meet their needs.
Beatrice, why are you pretending I'm this guy's nephew?
We need money.
You're scamming him?
I was thinking more like flat out stealing from him.
It's kind of like that 2005 Brothers Grimm movie where they put all the fairy tales into a single story and then add the two brothers that go around solving everyone's problems. Except none of the stories in Over the Garden Wall really exist, and unlike the movie, this show doesn't suck. The episodes in Over the Garden Wall are structured as if you're watching a story that exists and that you're only jumping in halfway through. You don't understand the characters, the names, the plots, but somehow the characters end up getting involved and try sorting through the issues as they go. The world feels like it has its own set of rules to follow that haven't fully been explained to you or the main characters. You know that there is a structure to the story that these characters are in, but you just can't find it. The best parts of the show are the art direction, the songs, and the voice acting. The art team was essentially told to go wild, and you can tell. The story is set in autumn, so there's tons of deep oranges, soft greens, and other warm colors strewn about the show, and it's simply gorgeous. The art style also lends itself well to the feeling of unease. There's a soft blur vignette around the edges of the screen which adds to the dreamlike quality of the show, and it kind of makes it feel unreal. This also helps when the story starts to get darker thematically. The dreamlike quality of the animation and storytelling have a way of making things feel like a fever dream when things start to get really dark. The music in the show acts in a similar way. They use both background music as well as music being sung by the characters in the show. The songs and the styles being based around 1920s Americana. It's both fitting and a bit jarring to hear these songs performed.
A is for the apple that he gave to me, but I found a worm inside. B is for beloved that I called to.
Ooh, that lady's got some baggage.
Which has the added effect of making the show feel a little bit more slightly uncomfortable. The music and the composition was done by a company known as the Blasting Company, but they had a huge amount of influence by the director as well. And if you haven't noticed already, Elijah Wood plays Wirt, and Christopher Lloyd plays the Woodsman. And that's not all. John Cleese plays Quincy Endicott in Adelaide. Tim Curry plays Auntie Whispers, and they even brought in classically trained opera singers to play a few of the other parts, including the Beast himself. There is a light for the lost and the peace. The talent in Over the Garden Wall is simply amazing. It's shocking that they managed to get this many grade A voice actors for something that only lasts 10 episodes. Funnily enough though, this is all thanks to Elijah Wood. In one of the audio commentary tracks for one of the first episodes, Patrick McHale, the series director, mentioned that he wanted to have a voice actor who sounded as close as possible to Elijah Wood. So the team sent the copy of the script to Elijah and he agreed to it. I don't know if I could say enough good things about Elijah Wood. He's done a lot of smaller works after Lord of the Rings and he really seems to enjoy what he does. There's a scene in the episode Lullaby in Frogland where he and Greg sing to Adelaide. At the end, Wirt falls over laughing, and you can hear his voice trail off as if he's getting further away from the microphone. And that's because he is.
Adelaide's house today.
It's pretty heartwarming to watch someone who's as much of a big shot as Elijah Wood having fun recording something as silly and stupid as a song in a children's show. But he's never really been above doing stupid things before.
In the photo shoots you do with Vogue magazine and Cosmopolitan and Entertainment Weekly, Time magazine, your hair changes dramatically from short to long. Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
And this brings me to the creator of the series, Patrick McHale. Patrick's an interesting guy. He's always been into old Americana, which was the reason why the show looks and sounds the way it does. He had huge and heavy influence on the show in that way. And in the audio commentary that comes along with the DVD, he talks about how grateful he is to have been able to work with the people he was able to work with on the show. He genuinely seems like a very humble and down-to-earth kind of guy, and from what I could tell, everyone seemed to get along really well in the cast.
Often Pat will turn us on to an idea or to a song or to a musician that we may or may not know of, and then we'll be like, oh, this is great, and then kind of go down that rabbit hole a little bit.
I really can't say enough about this series. There was just a lot of heart and soul that went into it.
Let's just have you stare out the window a little bit.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of crows out there swarming around.